Day.
Okay. So, looking about and wandering forwards, you came across this land, unbeknownst to you. The city itself was different, strange, and creepy. You, however, few of you have been here before, whether to study or grew up here. And, well, you didn't care for either one. Well, the studying was a good part. The growing up here, not so much. So when you basically took over your father's company, air quotes, and his royal lineage, you decided to throw yourself a ball and gala at the behest of no one. Uh, but Tasmir obliged you, none all the same. Maybe perhaps to help you, or maybe uh, to see how things go. You've never really talked about that, but as events took fold and as dinner progressed, things things could have been better. Things could have definitely been worse. At the start of all things, Zold and Q already blackmailed the Fae family. Q and Zen then berated and then basically flipped off the family of the Drow and Shadow. And then just went on with dinner as if it was nothing. Which was pretty funny. Nonetheless, however, after all said meals were complete, you all entered into the ballroom. Zen and Q performed a dance of... Well, Q tried. Zen led and allowed Q then to take place. Rightfully so. Zold learned something about himself that he forgot in the past, and, well, Cerulean figured out that something is binding her to herself. More on that later, maybe. But as the celebrations continued, and as Morthos realized that maybe Ray slash currently Blue is not the best babysitter, Foster from it's too early to make that joke. Foster from Anderson's Incorporated, Anderson Foster, or Foster as he likes to be called, decided to barge in. He was invited, but he usually doesn't attend these things and sends an envoy. However, in this case, he came in, clapped for Zenin's Q moment, and then introduced the true ruling heir of the kingdom. At least, the current one, as the king is currently very ill and unable to actually meet his duties. You know Donovan as a very powerful warrior. He is currently, or was currently, fighting on the front lines until someone sent him a message indicating that something is currently going on in town, in the capital. They received it not too long ago and had a court mage summon them here. Foster somehow managed to meet with him and brought him to this little charade, because I don't think Q is making this to be political, rather than just seeing the faces of the game.
Well, I mean, we did just kind of do the political game on the Faye household.
Yeah. Nothing speaks like politics than blackmail.
Yep.
But as this happens, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I feel like blackmail is like putting it lightly.
Yeah, that's really fair.
We completely fucked him over.
Speaking of being fucked over, Foster then presses forwards. It has been a very interesting little dance you have there, Miss Q. I do take it you got and received my missive?
Indeed.
Ah, then very good. Mr. Donovan, I believe you have the right of way here. It is Miss Q's party, so perhaps a little bit of skewing around things for now. Donovan then looks towards the entire event, the party, whatever you want to call it. Maybe looking at who is actually powerful in here. Ignores everyone. It isn't. They don't go directly towards UQ. Rather, they're just going through the area, completely ignoring you. Right then. Foster then states, "Now then, Miss Q, we have much to discuss, but please enjoy your party. We have more than enough time to discuss things."
Alrighty then.
Oh, but don't leave town. He winks.
Insight. Let me open my character sheet because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, that was more of a threat than an actual playful banter talk. You can clearly tell that that was a threat.
Was that Foster or Donovan?
Foster.
Foster. Currently, Donovan is speaking with his brother.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
From what you could tell, Donovan
I
couldn't
hope-
give two shits about Q.
I hope you have some fun and entertainment for me when we meet.
He gestures his hand as if entertaining the idea. And then begins to speak with Pal. In this matter, however, you then look towards your group. You're not exactly sure what's about to happen, but, well, you were kind of threatened.
Uh-oh.
It's been a new day, right?
Yes,
I know.
at this point, you're all healed up, except for maybe the couple things you did in town recently.
I'm asking for my divine intervention possibilities.
I think you're down one. I'm not completely
Divine
sure if you want to be
intervention
honest.
Once a day, if it doesn't
Oh.
go through.
Does anyone else remember?
I don't remember when it was last used, no.
Okay, then let's just say you have it.
Okay.
Is there anything you're going to do?
No, I was just wanting to see for maybe last minute need later. Just wondering.
Fair. Then, we will take it to Ray and Morthos, who's currently also seeing, beside them, a little family squabble.
Ray?
Yes?
Where's Peep?
Don't you have him?
I left him sitting next to you.
What would you do that for?
So, currently we have a creature loose somewhere or taken by someone. But if he's loose, he's probably going towards the food.
Do you want to roll a perception check to see if he's inside the building? Of course he's inside the building. Do you want to take a perception check to see if he's still on the dance floor?
Sure.
From what you can tell,
He's out there jiggling his group thing.
from what you can tell, a lot of your attention is being brought towards this area, but not so much that it's completely blocked off. Looks like that browser is acting up. With any luck, you see the one that I'm actually using. However, the area around further south does indicate a little bit more squealing, if that makes sense. And then there's a whole bunch of talk between the nobles. The only environment that doesn't seem... You don't see him, but you do see someone around here making like cooing noises.
Around where?
Oh, it looks like you still can't see it. Oh, maybe I'm not showing it to... No, I'm showing it. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna ping it.
Ray.
Right here. Can you see that?
Are you pinging the right layer?
I should be. You know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna ping all through all of them.
That time I saw one.
I saw one right there.
Okay, yeah. Right there.
So I guess I'm gonna go check there.
It's up to you. It's just the only place that doesn't seem normal. You see the nobility doing their own thing, and this place kind of seems like they might have found something and they're think it's adorable.
So I guess I'm going to approach here and just forget about Ray. Up there on her little couch with her book. I'll destroy your book later, by the way.
Another one?
Oh, this one's going to be bad. I'm burning it right in front of you.
Okay, Guy Montag, calm down.
And I still owe Zold a punch to the face.
More or less.
Yeah, I still remember that one.
I mean, you let it happen. But that's neither here or there. Currently, these two, the one in ice and the one in summer, colors, just begin to... How should I explain this? Coo at the little adorable Jello monster.
Pardon me. I didn't realize he had wandered away.
The woman on top looks towards you. Their attendant moves to the side so you can speak. But the woman with golden crisp hair looks... Not golden crisp. That doesn't make sense.
Isn't that a cereal?
Yeah, well, part of that description was a cereal, yes. Anyways, the one with golden locks then states, do you have any proof they're yours? After all, we did find it, and they were wandering around. I highly doubt anyone would simply not take care of their familiar or pet.
Oh, this bitch gonna start a fight with me.
I mean, more or less. She is asking if you have any proof.
I'm trying to figure out how to go about this. Because he normally will respond to almost anyone. But he responds more to Morthos.
What's going on, Zarthos?
These ladies seem to think that my little friend Peep there isn't mine.
Oh, is that so?
The woman with pale blue hair then states, I'm afraid we found it wandering around. I highly doubt someone wouldn't just keep an eye on things, now would they?
Well, a certain someone was supposed to watch him, but they were too busy doing something else.
Blue.
Let's see if he'll respond to something I ask of him. So I'm going to ask Peep to enlarge, get bigger. And see if he'll respond to it.
Okay. He does not. Currently, they are in the blue-haired girl's, well, not girl, she's a woman, hands, and they do not expand.
I'm about to start banishing people. I'm about to turn
kinda-
this into a real party.
Yolta then looks towards you, Morthos. It seems that the farm boy really cares for this one. Perhaps... Wen then states, "No, it's alright, you can state it if you want to, Yolta." Well... I don't want to give it away, but it does seem that you likely don't have that many things. My apologies, Miss Q. I'm sure you tried to do your best. But looking at your ward here... again, you decided to make yourself a farm boy. They're going to look at you as a farm boy. It seems that's clearly not enough. So, as long as you can take care of it and provide it nourishment, I suppose we can give it to you. After she puts Peep on the ground, then Peep expands. And then she lightly taps it on the top of its head. And then Peep begins to coo.
She's not making friends.
Thank you. And I'm glaring intensely at this woman. Both of them, because I dislike
both-
them already.
Both of them get a very chill, cold feeling down their spines.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Who?
You? Actually, both of you, actually. Now that I think about it, because Marthos has been interacting. Marthos, you get nothing. Q, as you begin to make a chilling touch between the back of their spines, you then almost get immediately rebuffed. The strange sensation you try to place there then basically gets shattered. Whatever they have or whatever they are does indicate that they're protected and safeguarded between a lot of things. And as Yulta smiles towards Zorthos, farm boy, you can tell that she closes her eyes and gives a bright, brimming smile. One of thoughtfulness and one of a chilling stare. It's biting. She is saddened that Peep is gone, but you can also tell that she is also being strict. It's more like I don't know if... No, wait, Q does have siblings, but she doesn't have an older brother or sister. Like a older sibling you imagine Q would, they are more present than you realize. They are more... their presence is more alarming than you would expect. But then the smile passes and that strange sensation you felt of rebuffing then leaves. Marthos, you got none of that. She just smiled at you.
I'm not even going to have Peep shift back, and I don't care who sees it. I'm just going to pick him up in his larger form.
You do so. It looks super awkward. It kind of looks like grabbing a beanbag chair.
It's no sweat to me. And I'm just going to walk away. I'm done. I'm not even.
I'm gonna, do the head bow to both of them and walk back to Zen.
They politely bow to you. As Morthos begins to move away, Yolta looks towards Wen. Wen, do you mind? He seems to be struggling. Oh, not at all. She snaps her fingers, and Peep gets shrunken down 2 sizes that day.
Did I notice this about to happen?
Not at that range.
They.
I think we did good, sister. I believe so as well. Maybe he'll find a better life with this farmer. Perhaps, but he definitely won't be well fed.
That's what that bitch thinks. I'm just.
To be fair, I actually don't think Pip could ever be well fed.
Yeah.
So, did he just like lose some of his stats though? Some of his healing points?
No. She cast. I mean, I'll give you the spell. It's perfectly fine. She didn't actually harm him. She casts enlarge and reduce.
And I wasn't able to see that.
Not at that distance. At that point, because he's always so fluctuating in size, it could have just been him shrinking down. And the way you stated it, I just grab him and storm off. Is the description I got?
I
and
didn't
usually
say I stormed off.
okay, and walk away, which is basically the same thing. And usually
No,
when
it's
that
not.
happens, you watch your direction in case you bump into something. Unless you tell me now that you were looking behind you the entire time you were leaving.
Never mind, just move on.
Okay, because
I
if you
just
told
got
me
a
that, you
message.
might have just bumped into someone.
I'm all over. I don't care. Nobles are annoying.
Yes, that's the entire point.
You're annoying.
Yes. Cute. You joined back then. Was everything all right?
I'm gonna kill Foss.
Okay. It did seem like he was in.
Threatening me.
Yes, that, but also suggesting that he might have discovered something that we did not want found.
Well, gonna say this once. And I'm saying this to where only she could really hear me. Will not hesitate to kill him if he tries to harm any of us.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I would suggest caution. If you are intending to play the political game, he is his own section. And if he is governed in taken care of, that means others will protect him in turn.
I really don't want to play this political game.
That's kind of why I got out of it.
I kinda don't like the brother that just arrived.
Yeah. I mean, if we get closer, we'll get involved. But if we don't, we won't understand what's exactly going down.
But my whole thing is, I like the viewpoint, the ideals of Tasmar.
Tasmar. As do I, but again, if the older brother's here, then 2 things are likely to happen. 1, he'll be crowned king, and 2, Tasmar will then be put adrift. If you don't intend to play the political game, I suggest we leave as soon as possible.
I think it's time. I think we might need to regroup and I have an idea. And I have a feeling that it's gonna cause problems.
It likely will, as she grabs her hand, but you won't be alone in it.
I kind of squeeze her hand out of reflex just for like trying to get comfort from it, but then well, we do have Astora if we need to use him.
I suppose that's true. Zold, what are you doing?
I've just been kind of watching Donovan since he's entered, seeing how that interaction over there is going.
Do you have the lip reading feat?
I don't think so.
It's observant.
It's observant, but I always forget the name. I don't know why.
I
do
have
not.
it, so that's why I know.
Yes, I do not.
You can tell that it's currently being heated up. At least the part you can see. Tasmar, you can't understand, like, behind the mask. But Donovan himself does seem to be arguing with him. It's not loud. It's like polite screaming at each other.
Do I hear it from over here?
It's not loud. It's like polite screaming at each other. Like the best way I can give an example to it, if you've ever seen
Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive, yes, but I was gonna make the mention of the movie Knives Out. Like when the father is basically cutting everyone out of his will. Or like telling them to move on with their lives.
Never seen that movie, but okay.
It's okay. I would give it a watch. And a rewatch with people. Which is a big deal, because I don't rewatch things. But that's neither here or there. Passive-aggressive arguing. Zold, you can tell that something is going to happen. Like, whether you do anything or not, it might happen later or sooner. But you do know that things are changing, and not for the better.
I'm gonna tap my watch to activate it and speak through my head. Say, something's gonna go down. We need to do something. To all of our people.
Perhaps we should get to our own table, or our own section, as it were, and prepare.
FYI, when the time comes, either me or Foster will be no longer a part of this world.
If that's the route you want to take.
Just blatantly, openly threatened me in front of everyone. For no reason. I don't like being threatened like that. I can understand being threatened for good reasons, but I have a feeling I know what the reason is, but we've put in place plans to keep me excluded from that, but still.
It almost feels like the GM's cheating.
Feels like Foster's cheating. Fuck that guy. Zold will roll the orb he got in the from Tasmar in his hands again. Just make sure. Can you repeat what he wrote down?
It basically is The basic gist of it was, sorry, I just have the gist, not gist, I just have small snippets of notes here. It stated, I do have something for you in the bordering fighting, not bordering fighting. I do have something for you, but not now. It involves the border zone. But enjoy the party before anything else happens. You were supposed to turn it, and if you had a high enough perception, which he assumed you did, you would have read the message.
I assume I also had high enough.
Yes.
I think 21's high enough.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and because I know that Donovan was away. Was it at the border zone?
Donovan was at the border zone, yes.
Okay.
You do know that
Point.
currently, your kingdom and that kingdom are currently fighting. Yours is currently known as the Kingdom of Isle, and theirs is the Kingdom of Mist.
Does it
Ours
look like
is-
there's an end to this conversation coming anytime soon?
No. Much like polite arguing, it takes a while.
Ours is the kingdom of what again?
Kingdom of Isle.
Isle?
Like a large island. I probably should have given you the map a long time ago. But the kingdom itself is a... Yes. The kingdom itself looks like a giant mass of rock dipped down into a large pool. However, the kingdom has then extended beyond those bordering zones. That's the issue, as currently the Kingdom of Mist is between that portion, and the ever-expanding kingdom either needs to advance forwards beyond that point, or comes to a truce. Or then gets dominated, which is not a thing you want. Basically, your kingdom looked like a giant island, massive in scale and scope, water between that portion, like a giant moat, and then more body of land. Sorry, I didn't give you a map before, or a description. Never came up, so never brought it up. But yes, those two are still arguing for some time. While they're arguing, you can tell that the families are regrouping.
I think something's gonna go down.
Or they too understand. Well, yes, something is going to go down. Maybe not fighting, but you can clearly tell that they understand that something is about to happen or something is about to be announced.
Let's take a spot at the very front. I'd like to rest my feet.
I'll guide Zen over here.
Okay.
Or no, me and Zen will go over to this side. Have her sit down.
She sits. Ray, what are you doing? Blue, what are you doing? I know you were reading your book. Anything else?
Nope, I'm just sitting up here, out of sight, out of mind, behaving myself.
I'm gonna actually motion Zen to walk with me for a minute. We're gonna walk out of the room and find like a side place.
Okay. For now, you're gonna be here.
I'm gonna have her pull my armor out, put in her bag of holding, and my mace.
Okay. I mean,
We're in
yeah,
a-
I suppose it would be somewhere with, on you guys. Yeah.
I'm wanting to have her help me change very quickly, and then I'm going to put the scarf on and make myself look like I was still in my dress.
Okay. She says it underneath her breath. Oh man, this is gonna get so, stretched out. Puts it in her bag of holding, gets you all armored up. As fast as she could, it still takes about 10 minutes.
And then we'll head back in and sit back where we were.
Oh wait, what am I talking about? It's Zen. Even if D&D states it takes 10 minutes, she would cut it down to 8.
Right. So we'll head back to where we were, and I'll have her sit down. And my mace is hidden under the illusion of the scarf.
Mm-hmm. And Morthos, I need a description on what you're doing.
Things are gonna get fun. I guess I'll go up here next to Ray and watch the whole situation. Just preparing.
Okay. Changing the tempo. I think this one... I haven't played this, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. But the title sounds like it'd be correct. Good enough. It doesn't sound like music. It just sounds like thumping. I don't know, I'll just go with something called Harvest. And then if it's not good, I'll just deal with it. Yeah, something I was going for. As you begin to wander towards your own destinations, looking at the people around you, they begin to order up and group themselves in their own little cliques. Q begins to then go to the other side of the room. Zold, and Q, you can tell that Foster was keeping an eye on you, and then when she returned, he stopped looking. Then you see the rest of the teams, groups, orders, families, all line up in their own processions. It's visibly not orderly, but in actuality, it would be. But you can only do so much. In turn, however, Tasmir then steps to the side, and his brother then moves forwards. The intendant doesn't really know what to do, and then Donovan looks towards him. Points towards him, and then points towards a direction, which is indicating where Q was. Or had left, and then his attendant begins to walk away. Without a word, He just simply left. Donovan then looks towards the teams, the groups, and the families, and then states, "Thank you for coming, one and all. Regardless of what you have intended to do here, regardless of who is being celebrated here today, I will tell you this, and you'll go on between your own merriments. As of now, I am taking over. My brother has decided to go back to his home village and live the life I'm sure his mother would want. Our father is currently ill. Therefore, it'd be up to me to make sure that no one around would cause any trouble, to make sure he gets very healed in turn. To those of you that have seen and witnessed and heard, causing a commotion and decide to cause a commotion from this point onwards, I will not let you do so. Until my father passes or until he heals, this is now my kingdom. The rest of you I care not for. Play your political games all you desire. But in the end, I am the one that still rules. Within the coming weeks, my caravan will return, and a new order of the Crimson will then be established in tow. Until then, and only until then, enjoy your time, however little it may be." Then he walks.
Excuse me, King Donovan? What are your plans for the kingdom moving forward?
I do not know who you are attending to, miss. But if all you do there is read a book, then clearly your master or whoever is hiring you does not keep well company. So it's not in my best interest to describe my own plan to one so ill-mannered. But have a lovely day. And he continues to walk.
And he was calling me rude.
Tap tap. What do you guys think?
I think we need more information.
He said order the Crimson.
He specifically stated my order of crimson.
Yeah, that's not good.
How's everyone looking? Like the families?
A lot of the heads seem to be super pissed off. A lot of the others seem to be wary. From what you can tell, they do not like this whatsoever. You can clearly tell a lot of their political power and anything that they currently hold will likely diminish as soon as his own caravan comes in town. They do not care for this whatsoever.
Oh shit.
A revolution!
Best time to
Civil
fuck
War.
them off.
It's time for a civil war.
As that happens, Tasmar then states, "Thank you for coming. While this is not in our, or my, rather, best interest, it is the will that has been ordained. Do keep in mind that he will try to protect the kingdom. And, if need be, I will try to make sure that things are well kept. I cannot do much, but I will make sure that as many of you as possible will be taken care for. By the time his caravan arrives, I will make sure that he is at least willing to listen, rather than just simply demand. I do apologize for this, Miss Q, and to the rest of you. While these terms and conditions are not my ideal plans, I do thank you, and I welcome you this day." He then snaps at the orchestra to play something to liven the mood once more.
Uh, excuse me, Prince Tasmar?
It
Do
is
you
just
have any
Tasmar now.
Okay. Uh, aren't you still a prince, though?
Only by name. As of now, he has taken both title and rank. Only when
Uh,
I truly once ruled do people consider me a prince. They do not care for my mother, so therefore they do not care for my own lineage. Or do not believe my own lineage to be true. So as of now, while I do hold the title, I do not hold the honor. But thank you.
alright. Uh, well, do you have any idea what his plans are?
He does come closer. With his sword by his side, he's not going to kill you. He does come closer and then states, in a simple monotone way, as of now, things are about to change. From what I can tell and from what I've discerned, he has decided to bring in his own military force. It seems that he's going to communicate with our own little people in town that he has made sure to watch over me. And unfortunately, they have grown in rank and number. When I try to keep my town safe, this kingdom safe, and these people safe, I needed the numbers and I needed the soldiers. And in turn, he had infiltrated that group. If people do not listen, then there's already a military faction here willing to make sure that they do. If I had to guess, like before, he is going to go and begin the witch hunts once more.
Witch hunts? Nervous, sweating.
It was some time ago, but those ordained to be evil or practicing dark arts went about and hurting others were hunted down. It was through some time and through my mother's own practices and having the ear of the king did these things stop, but not without so many lives being lost. Not without so many people killing simply for pleasure. He has a fanatical way of looking at things, and it did not help once he joined the Scarlet Order.
Crimson Order.
Right, sorry. Wrong campaign. I use red a lot in my campaigns. Red monikers, to be specific.
So, why was your mother disliked, or why are you not liked because of who she is? She sounds like she did a lot of good.
She herself was part of the darkness that they see. But in my eyes, she was not. In turn, they do not care for me as they do not care for her. But my father, ill as he is now, did see to make sure that we were safe. She herself is a... Man, I'm going to butcher this name. Fearbog?
Furbolg?
Forbolg. And in turn, due to this bonding, Forbolg. I myself do not exactly look the most kingly, hence my never taking off this armor. In front of people, at the very least. When my father chooses a wife and chooses to have his children, they are chosen between, at some time ago, not now, obviously, between the light-domained races, or those believed to be pure. Elves, Aasimars, not Fearbog, or others. It was only recently after my birth had things changed. But unfortunately, now that he is back, things might then change for the worse.
I'm gonna tap my watch and ask Ray to ask if we can meet with her, like, see his father.
What is your father ill with? Could we perhaps see if there's anything we could do for him?
I'm afraid I do not know the illness, but after the festivities are done, before my brother takes full control, within the night I can show you, but I cannot guarantee anything will happen.
Is your father's life in danger once your brother takes over?
I am genuinely not sure. If he intends to keep the crown for himself, then yes. If he simply ordains to keep it until he is well rested and secured, and we found a cure for his illness, then no. But I do not know for sure.
Well, based on the way he was speaking, it didn't sound like he was willing to step down. For anyone, really.
We're gonna need to fix the king before he takes control.
But beyond that, you then see him get back to a more not dour way of looking at things. Enjoy yourself. It's not often that we come about and root your friend. I do not know if you've been together for long, but I am sure at one point or another you have become close.
Close enough, I suppose. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Do take care.
Sorry.
That's all he says. Morthos.
So, is there something blocking us from using magic in the castle?
There was for Zold at one point. Depends on the type of magic.
A cantrip, non-attacking cantrip.
You should be fine.
Good.
You message.
And I'm actually not messaging any of our party. I'm messaging Layla.
What's the distance? Like 120 feet? I think you can make it.
Yeah, that's 105. I just measured it out. Didn't want to interrupt anyone.
Okay. You message a person you met a couple times.
Alright. So the message would have to be, Layla, we should probably get back to the church. You heard the name of the order he's with.
Yeah, I really did. Oh, so I'm gonna assume it's you, farm boy?
Yeah. Well, I recast it. Yeah, this is the form I took to stay in the city.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not like
Doesn't
I know.
she have true sight, though? So she should see straight through it.
She can see straight through it once she focuses in. She does not have perfect true sight. It takes her a couple of minutes, sometimes seconds. She basically has astigmatism.
It's horrible. A true sight.
Yeah.
You are an asshole.
Why do you think they sent her instead of the person that actually has pure true sight to go fight?
Yeah, but yeah, we need to probably, anyways, get back to the church and tell them, because this is probably not going to be good.
Yeah, this is definitely not good. I can make it there before you. It does seem you're part of... Wait, this is too long. She then states...
No, there's no limit on this one.
Oh, okay.
It's just a whisper, but it's only between the two of us. No one else can hear it.
Okay, then she's going to continue to talk until she finishes her sentence, which then cuts it off. I can go before you, yeah, but you probably need to stay or your entire team needs to go. Otherwise, it'd be weird if, the help goes before the said helper. I don't know how things go with you. Basically, she means she can go ahead of you if you want, but if you intend to leave, your entire party has to leave, or you're going to have to find a way to excuse yourself, because it looked weird if you left before the person that hired you.
And I'll do this cantrip again. All right, just make sure you get to the church and forewarn them, because this is going to be bad. Either way.
That's fair.
And then I will hit my bracelet to communicate with them. So Layla is going to the church to warn them about the order that Donovan just said he's working with. That's the order we need to watch out for.
Mm-hmm. Foster is probably, quote unquote, a part of it. Threatening me out in the open. He's probably gonna come by the house afterwards, and we're probably gonna have to kill him. Not probably.
You just want to.
Try and...
Yes.
Sorry, I cut you off, Marthos. Go ahead.
I'm laughing. We still need to see the king.
Yeah.
I do
We'll do
have
that.
quite a decent amount of knowledge in medical stuff, so I might be of some assistance there.
I might have y'all, if we can figure out a way to, you guys help increase my chances, it might be good, just to fix them. And are you, and ask her, is she able to beseech help from whoever she worships, from asking if she has the ability to use divine intervention?
Who specifically?
Zen, the other cleric in the party.
Oh, okay. For some reason I heard Astris, which got me confused.
Ask Zen.
Oh, okay. Looking towards you, she does state, at one point I did, but not anymore.
Okay then. Let's get Tasmar to take us to see his father. I need to have a little word before we leave.
Okay, it's entirely up to you. I believe, Morthos, you were pinging this to everyone, so anyone could have interjected or talked.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go meet the dad who clearly raised a monster and who clearly raised a monster?
So you could call him the father of monsters?
Great, we're dealing with the demon lord.
Also, since he's a king, wouldn't that make him the king of monsters, aka Godzilla?
Damn. If only
And if we have to put him in like an iron lung or something, that would make him Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, I just realized we could release that creature upon the kingdom, upon the brother.
No, we're supposed to be the good guys.
I mean, if we're gonna do that,
Christ.
We can still release it on the brother and say, fuck him.
what do you want
And
to
everyone
release?
else ever.
I was suggesting release, you know, the unkillable creature that we found.
Oh, yeah, that would just be great. And you can use your divine intervention and see if your gods and Mab and all of them can do something to contain it. And I'm
If they don't
GTFOing.
bail on you for doing something like that.
I'm out.
But, let's go talk to the king. Let's go see the king.
Back into the real thing. We should probably go see the king at this point. The actual king.
You can tell that the party, well, not visibly, because they didn't decide to change all the tokens again, has commenced once more. Tasmar is basically overseeing things, making sure everything's fine. But at this point, you can tell that a lot of people are just about to head out. Like, the party's been killed. There's really no way of getting around that.
Before Foster leaves, I'll approach him.
Oh no, you can tell he's not leaving just yet. But you can approach him still if you want. If you had to guess, he might be the last one to leave. We do not know how long he'll stay, but
I'm
eventually
going to,
it'll look weird.
I'm gonna approach him while he's near.
Well, he's near what?
Astora, like he's over by the Faye family right now.
Yeah.
Let me grab my token. Ah, Foster, there you are.
Lady Q, it's an honor. I was just about to tell everyone here that we had some business to discuss.
Indeed. Why don't you come by my house tomorrow?
Oh, no. It's as soon as possible if need be, but I suppose I can join your little enclave when you head home.
Seems to be okay with me.
All right, I'll stay here as long as possible, until they probably and promptly kick me out of the castle. Do be careful now.
Oh, don't let them let the door hit you in the...
That would have been
And
better
I'm
if you
gonna
did
walk
not
away.
robot right there.
Ah, fuck. Did y'all hear what I said, though?
I understood.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
and
the
don't-
gist of it.
And don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, and I'll do a 180 and walk away.
Okay.
Better than doing a 360, I suppose.
That'd be super awkward.
It's an old internet meme. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you didn't add the no scope.
It predates no scopes.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this the Tony Hawk era?
AKA the best era.
Tony Hawk
And
aside.
movies.
Look, all
It
I'm
was-
saying is that Tony Hawk's Underground 2 came out, and it's all been downhill from there.
Yeah. Told to do the 360 no scope death gun right into his face.
Why does that sound like you're commanding Zold like it's a Pokemon move?
Because it's going to happen.
Pokemon aside, and Tony Hawk aside for now, does anyone speak with Tasmia, or are you just gonna break into the room of the king?
No, we're not that
I
stupid.
will probably approach Tasmer.
Okay. As you approach him, you can tell that he is on edge. He doesn't come out and stab you, but as he turns towards you, you can tell his palm is on his hilt. Oh, can I help you with something, sir?
I'm one of Lady Q's workers. I don't know what they refer to them as.
Whatever you would prefer. I'm sure she's more accommodating than most of the people here.
Friend.
We were hoping to see your father before we have to deal with other situations.
Ah, right. Do you not want to then looks at the dead party? Wait until the festivities are over?
I'm pretty sure the festivities are pretty much over.
As do I, I'm afraid. If you ever get the chance, or if you decide to speak with Q one-on-one, and if I don't get to, obviously I can't do it, due to it looking poorly in front of others, and, well, I'd rather not get sunk in. Well, no, that's not true. I would sink down with the ship. If I don't get the chance, can you apologize for me?
Yes, I can.
Very good. Very well. I don't necessarily need to be here and watch the festivities, but the rest of you, if you're all ready, I can show you. Just tell me when you are.
All right, I will speak with Lady Q and the rest and make sure we're all ready to go.
Nods his head.
And then I'll step away and hit my bracelet again. Tasmer said to just let him know when we're ready.
I'll then walk up right here below and say nod to him. We're ready.
He then nods in turn, looks towards the attendants and people you've invited here. Because he is a weird noble and would like an answer from each of you. Like, this is the most polite noble you've met to date, which is not a good thing. Especially once you dissect that sentence right there. Does Ray and Marthos come along?
Oh, yeah, I have to.
Okay.
You finally put the book down.
Or they can walk and talk.
Oh yes, it's time to get going, isn't it?
Time to go see the king.
Oh, I forgot to put his guards there. You know what? Tasmir would have probably told them to wait outside. Saves me the trouble. Tasmar looks towards his father. You can tell he's old, but not well worn. His complexion is pale, but not too pale. The very nature of his look and appearance does suggest middle age, but it does not warrant that, as much of his hair and his complexion does state youth, but not too young. You're not exactly sure how to discern this. He looks old, but at the same time looks young. He looks old enough to be someone's father, but young enough to be someone's brother. The more you look at it, the more it perplexes you, and, well, you're not exactly sure, other than the paleness of his illness. There are cobwebs here indicating that people don't often see him. There is a mural of him and his wife slashed between the frame. You're not exactly sure what happened there, but you can ask. There's a chandelier on the top of your head, currently depicted as a rug on the ground.
I'm just gonna blame Donovan for everything that looks wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The chandelier looks out of place and is
Donovan's
askew.
fault.
Obviously, there's a place to sit and taken care of, and there is a blue rose plant, blue rose bush, by the side of the couch. Blu-ray / Q. Both of you know Zold as well. And Mortho. Everyone in the group, really, now that I think about it. The plant itself is not natural.
Can I tell, like, what makes it unnatural? Like,
The coloration of the plant itself would be different. The only way to have this type of plant here, or anywhere really, would be deriving it from the Feywild, a place where magic is imbued within the foliage and greenery. That's one guess. Another guess would be someone mutated a plant or like stuffed it with magic. You can also just roll Arcana.
We probably know who did that.
Examining the plant itself and looking towards what it could be, natural or unnatural, you can tell that this plant is currently unnatural. It does not derive itself from the Feywild, but rather someone created it and crafted it using arcanic knowledge of the Feywild. You're not exactly sure who, but looking back at the information and data that you have collected, it is likely one of the three families that were seen in that weird laboratory underground. The one that would have the most knowledge of magic, the Feywild, and nature would be the man you just blackmailed. He might be able to tell you more, but you can already tell this did not come from the Feywild. It was grown and then mutated.
Mm-hmm.
can I cast Identify on it?
Sure. Do you?
Yeah.
You can tell that there is a strange sensation around it. While it is not casting out anything bad, you can detect that there is an enchantment spell cast upon it. The enchantment itself is known as Soothing, or Tended Nature. Anything within the room within a 30-foot radius will be at ease and calm. Any pain they have will be numbed to the point of near nothingness. That's all you read.
Yep.
Around you, you can tell that this place is taken care of, but not all the time. You can tell that there's worn feet coming to the bed to check on them, so much so that there's basically a line of dust towards him. It does seem that a lot of people have decided to, for the lack of a better term, give up on this, as no one has been able to find a cause or a cure. So people have stopped tending to him, except for perhaps Tasmar and his own soldiers.
I'm gonna commune.
All right.
Oh wow. Takes me 10 minutes.
Okay. Ray, Tasmar would have cleaned, but I only have so many maps.
They don't have maids or anything?
They do.
They're slacking.
They're slacking, yes. It's also on the roof. But yes, they are slacking. It also looks cooler. In the meantime, Morthos, what are you doing? Tasmar looks towards the side, and you can tell that his father is not really looking at anyone. He's on his bed, just staring at the ceiling itself. He does blink from time to time, and other than the paleness and the shortness of breath, you can't really discern what exactly is going on. You can tell that he's breathing. He's not simply there, dead.
I would like to try my medicine check.
All right.
And I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. Then I guess Morthos will go first, and then Q, and then Ray/Blue.
That's a high medicine check.
It really is.
Yay for buck.
Not expecting that. I digress. This one's appropriate. It's just title change plans. Examining the body and looking towards them, you can tell that there's a strange sensation around them. You can tell that each cell does seem to be almost water-worked, containing a large moisture content. Likely due to this, it likely changes his appearance outwards. You're not exactly sure what specifically, but you can tell that this is a foreign incident, not one that's simple means. This, however, does indicate, based on all your findings, that something or someone placed this upon him. Not just simple, oh, he got sick due to food poisoning or an accidental situation. Something clearly happened to him directly, causing this little incident. The amount of water within his own cells does indicate that he would look younger, but that amount would also keep him from basically moving. Whatever exactly specifically happened to him, you can tell that it's foreign. You can tell that it has to do with a large body of water in his own body, much more so than it should be normally, causing his body no longer to function properly. So people do have to feed him. He can barely just look at the sky itself. You're not exactly sure the cure. That specifically is lost to you, but you do know the ailments. You also know specifically someone did this to him. Thinking back on it, it couldn't have been Tasmar's brother. Obviously, he wasn't in town. Or otherwise, he would have ruled before Tasmar was even summoned. It was likely not his second older brother, as he's still in school studying and could care less, which is not good. So it's a good thing he's not ruling. The only one you can currently think of that might have done it,
Foster.
perhaps Foster, yes, as he was one other person that spoke with the king before all this went down. After all, Foster then got... You're not sure how, but he did get full privileges in his own little plot of land here without too much of a fight. Another person that could have also done it would have been the general of the kingdom. I don't think you were there. I think Q was the only one there. But Tasmar did state people were in the area. The military was basically secured without warning. So, yeah, it would make sense someone high in the military would or could have done this for their own benefit. You can also tell that this was something injected, as you do see a small little puncture mark around the wrist area.
Foster.
So I'm going to share that with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason Foster has to die.
By the time your examination is up, Q's ritual is starting. So, who are you trying to speak with?
My god. Him.
Okay. Let's see. Roll 1d20. It's still not good enough to get the gods, so you get the grumpy angel again.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think this is the first time you've actually decided to add something. Or the first time I remember of it.
In the ritual during going to call for Helm, I'm gonna say, look, I know I'm new to this and everything. I've tried to contact you a lot. But if things continue to go the way they're going, more of those harbingers will be released, and people will die. And I fail to see the gods sitting back and watching what I assume they find their children perish. So please answer. You this time, not your helper.
It was okay, but not great. Add 1d4.
$19.
Oh, you were so close.
Can I roll persuasion?
No. It's high enough that you don't get the grump, but it's low enough that you don't get him. You got it, sorry. The roll to get is 20 or above.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's really hard to talk with a god. I digress. Well, no, you're actually pretty high level. I'll reduce it down to like 18 next time.
So next time.
You know what? I'll do it now. Might as well not be stingy. So, examining and looking towards your own divine sense, looking towards your own clairvoyance, and the clairvoyance that another proceeds towards you, gives you. Bad language. Already started there. Although it took a while this time. Well, not really. I'm rambling. You then hear this. Well, it's been some time. How have you been?
I've been better.
This is clearly true. So then, it does seem that things are about to go down. Is there any reason, and is there anything you're looking towards?
Do I have the means to heal the king?
You have a means, but not one that you would desire.
What is that means?
Insurrection. You would simply have to make sure the king dies completely, and then reincarnate him. Or suspend his soul for a time, and then after a good long rest, you would then need to be able to resurrect him after. I will give you this one for free, though. You mentioned yourself. Take that as you will.
Well, I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
Oh, they stated, I will give you this one for free. You just mentioned yourself. I added the just.
Insight to see if I can understand what he means.
Sure.
31?
Yeah, clearly they mean someone else. Like, maybe someone else has the means to help. They won't specifically tell you because, well, you didn't directly ask, but they did give you the frame of reference.
Let's see, so... I have a way... but it would cause... Who is the other that has the ability to fix, quote unquote, fix the king?
There are many others, but the one within your own group would be... no, unfortunately, whoever's pinging is not that. They do state, would be the hunter.
Ah, I see now. Well, I thank you for finally speaking to me again.
It has been some time, but I will give you this one also for free. I did mention others have the means to do so. I'm sure you can find another antidote walking around.
I understand. And I assume that only me and him can hear this conversation, right?
Yeah, it's in your head.
Only him can, okay.
It's like
Only he can hear me.
5-second intervals outside of your own mind, but inside your mind it's taking this long.
Okay. I am not afraid to become an enemy of the kingdom to save it, if I must.
That is your own desire. I am simply here to guide you.
But I will ever be watchful.
And those in my domain will ever watch as they begin to fade into the mist.
Oh God, I have a way to fix them.
At that point, Ray, your time limit is up. And I believe you cast Identify or Detect Magic? I forgot which one.
Detect magic this time.
You detect one magical enchantment charm on his neck. It is known as the Shield Amulet. It gives you a +2 to your AC. Also, a whole bunch of stuff on Tasmar. You can detect a whole bunch of enchantments and a whole bunch of illusionary script on him. You can detect that on the back of him has an illusionary script spell to bring out and produce wings. The halo on top of his back armor plate is an illusionary spell that continues to bring out the halo in turn. The armor itself is heavily fortified, giving him +3 to his AC. You're not exactly sure his AC, but it's +3.
You're a phony.
You can tell that the perception of him is someone that's trying to give others the hint of light, good, and purity. He's basically dressing for the job he has. Yeah, Q, I did. Besides that, though, you detect no other magic except for the magic you've detected beforehand with your friends, companions, allies, and other.
So no kind of magic inside the king, like curses or magical diseases or anything like that?
Magical diseases is a different story. If it is a disease, it would relate to more of an infection or a virus, perhaps biological. There is a hint of something. I'll give you this because that's a clever enough thought pattern there, but it's so minute that it's mixed with other things. So definitely something was and is still in him. But it's so faint, you can tell that it was mixed in with other types of biological ingredients.
Okay. Did Morthos tell us that someone or something injected him while the king was something?
I shared all the information I gleaned from my medicine.
Okay. Then I'm gonna ritually cast another spell. Where is it? That one with the king as one of the targets.
Okay. And I might as well give you the name of the king. You would have known it beforehand anyways. I just forgot to tell
I
you.
mean, I would know because I grew up in the kingdom.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I
Norman.
guess all the people in the room get invited.
Does Peep and your familiar count as a people?
No.
Okay. Then all the adults and
Sorry, Morthos.
disguised children get brought in.
There's the disguised child.
You're a disguised child.
You're a farm boy.
I just refer to it as a farm boy. It's still the same age.
Okay, then a farm hand. You filthy, filthy liar. Okay, you're all telepathically communed and bonded. It lasts for 1 hour.
Your Highness, can you tell us who did this to you?
You can tell that there's a ping of electricity from his mind directly towards your direction. However, his body is not acting of his own accord. His mind patterns are also skittish. Go ahead and roll for me 1 insight check.
I just Ray.
It's pretty good. The strange little electricity you felt pings within your mind, and your own mindscape begins to piece a little puzzle together. You then hear a message play out. Let's see here. I'll give you this one. The man... Oh, wait, sorry, it's the king. Wrong character. The man looking towards your direction. The one who guides and tends to be seen as guiding.
Oscar.
That's the entire message. You could already tell that much an amount was an ordeal for your mind and also for him to deliver. He can cast a few more, but who knows if you'll be able to receive them. Anyone else gonna talk? Or Ray?
Well,
/ Blue?
I know of a few ways to fix him.
Go on.
I can do one of two things. Zold, you can do... Probably already know. And there's other ways, but... It's a possibility, it might not happen, but... I could try to gleam Helm and have him intervene. Have them intervene. Or I can kill the king and raise him from the...
You just see Tasmir just look directly towards you.
Oh, and by the way, this information came from Helm.
He then states, wherever it came from, I'd rather not have my father die. You know, that's kind of the opposite of what I'm trying to do.
He'd get better.
I have no
bring
proof
him
of
back
that.
from the dead. I can prove it.
I'd rather you didn't.
I mean, our friend over here, Zorthos, died. We brought him back.
Did it cost anything? There's always a price.
I pull out a diamond. Just this.
I did not mean that kind of price.
This is the only price we have to pay.
Morthos, you already know that's a lie.
I know, but I'm not telling him that.
Yeah, I get that, but Morthos also didn't tell you most of what he learned.
I'll look at Zol and tap him on the shoulder. And if my friend here but it is costly.
Seems that team tends to die a lot, and I'd rather not have that spread beyond your own borders. If there is no
I haven't
other
died
way.
yet.
He just looks towards you. That's good to hear. I'd rather you stay this way as well.
Is there a window here that I can throw Ray out of?
No. This entire area is basically cornered off. If you had like mold earth, you could probably make one.
Damn, and I didn't take that spell.
I digress. Tasmar then looks towards your team. If there is no other way, I'd rather still not do it.
Well, there are a few other things I would like to try, but unfortunately, I don't have those spells prepared right now.
Well,
The longer you take, and the longer I take, the more my brother will seize. That is all I can say.
We could always behead your brother.
yeah, that's true.
To be perfectly honest, I would like to see you try, but at the same time, I'd rather not see one or two of you die.
Do I get the sense that Helm would assist in something like that?
Like, killing his brother?
Helping me kill the brother.
No. It would be an honorable duel between companions, enemies, and the like. He would not help you cheat, unless you specifically use magic to do so.
I mean, like divine intervention.
If you roll well enough.
I was asking. If I roll well enough, would I know if divine intervention would help me kill him?
It'd give you hints. But they're not about to just strike him with electricity dead for you. Because there is an entire order. You're actually part of that order. That if that happens, they get involved. So yeah, they'll give you hints, but you're not exactly level 20 yet. So your god won't just do stuff for you.
I mean, but that means that divine intervention's just like commune.
No, I mean like... I didn't explain that correctly. There is a chance, but you have to roll well.
You have to roll well per the rules of divine intervention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. You just confused me. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I thought You know what? It's my own thought pattern, so clearly you didn't understand. Because, I was understanding. So, if you get high enough that, the spell works, yeah, totally. If you don't, but still roll pretty well, they might give you hints.
Right.
If the
gotcha,
roll is
okay.
just bad, then nothing.
Gotcha. You do one or two things. I can ask Helm to help heal your father, and hopefully it'll work. Or I can ask him to help me deal with your brother.
One of two things will likely happen. One, you succeed or fail, and, well, that happens. And two, the Council of Five will intervene, and if a god has been seen, or their power has been observed, messing with people, they will then take action against the aggressor.
I mean, I am a cleric. Anything I do shows power from my deity.
Well, I know this is true. There is a difference between doing your god's will and doing your own.
My god is to be watchful.
It will not always be punishment, but they will observe who has done so, and keep watch in case they turn.
I'll look at Zold. You know I have to... Are you willing to use yours?
I'm sorry, say again. You have to what?
I said, if my thing does not work on the king, are you willing to use yours?
I can't. No, it's for me and mine.
Oh, so it looks super weird once you get your tattoo and it's just a giant crown on your back.
That'd be kind of cool.
Cool.
It would be, but it'd be super awkward.
Wait, so if Zold did use his wish to give the Cerulean the Tiggle Bitties, would that appear on his back too?
Some type of representation of that wish, yes.
Just two big old mountains. And everyone's like, oh, it's so artistic. And then everyone else is like, oh, God. Fucking
What could it possibly represent?
Twin Peaks. they see, oh, cool, two mountains. Is that a mountain you've seen? Then they meet his wife, and then they go, oh, got it.
Man of fine taste.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what will happen. Also, just to remind you, Hugh, Helm did state that there might be another cure just walking around. You have other options.
know.
These just are the these are just the two that are currently
Tasmir
visible.
said, time is of the essence. The more we wait, the more his brother takes control.
If you do believe that's true, and if you do believe that the person that did this is who you believe it is, they're around the corner.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Do we do this now? We're not exactly strangers of challenging authority in their own court.
True. I would... If it doesn't work, I won't be able to do it until tomorrow. To try again tomorrow.
But if it works, it works.
Yes, but then also we have to deal with Foster.
I suspect these two problems are very closely related.
Oh yes, if only there was a way to... chances of this working.
FYI, we are getting encouraged by someone in my chat to, kill that hellish child. Okay. Talking about Donovan.
This is true.
Yeah.
He is an asshole. There's no doubt about that. What you decide to do, though, is your own choice.
I'm gonna look around the pillow and bed to see if I can find any loose hairs that might have belonged to the king.
There are some strands here and there. Much like everyone, kings, queens, or the average peasant boy do in fact lose hair from time to time. Even magic can't solve everything.
Okay, I'm gonna collect some of it and put it in one of my pockets.
You do so. It's
And,
extremely awkward.
It probably won't work, but I'm gonna go ahead and try casting Lesser Restoration.
You begin to cast Lesser Restoration on the body itself.
Yeah, on the king.
You begin to merge your magic within his body, trying to delve in and restore his being. You then see that a strange sensation within your own magic begins to deteriorate away, as if the magic itself is being eaten up and being drawn from your body until you finally sever that connection. You can tell that the magic itself is imbuing within the body, but before it can even work, it's being eaten away by something else within the body's that's already present there.
All right.
That's interesting.
I wonder if
Not in a good way.
we can overcharge a healing.
As you see that, Zen gets closer.
What I was thinking about is trying this. Having Peep use his abilities and possibly trying to infuse our own magic through Peep to combat this, at least to bring down some of the symptoms. So we can actually find a proper cure.
It's a chance.
It's possible.
No! Alright. So, Zen, if you don't mind helping.
Not at all. She comes closer.
And I'll have Peep kind of scooch over so he can use his ability. He has 40 points to use. Should I just have him use all 40?
It's entirely up to you.
I'm not asking you a dogma. Shut up.
Fair?
Probably.
All right, and I'm gonna use 4 charges. I believe it is.
So you used them?
So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out mathing.
So what
So
are we
fun.
trying to do again? I kind of didn't hear.
We're going to overcharge a healing.
At the very
Through
least, attempting
Pete.
to.
Yeah, we're attempting to. And I'm going to have Peep use all 40 points of his kind of like lay on hands.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming it's not lay on hands.
It's not. But close enough.
So, and I'm trying to math out everything that I need to roll.
Okay.
So, that will still leave me with 4. And I need to roll d4 as well. And I have something prepared as well.
Okay.
Okay, so my d6s. D4. And whatever Zen's putting in as well.
You begin to see her cast something similar to you, but askewed and different. You're not sure why it's different, but you can tell that the incantation is uniquely translated.
And I'm also infusing a 5th level cure wounds from my healing soul gem.
Okay.
Because I can do all of that. Roll a 1 in there. That's not right.
Oh no. Okay. You begin to see Peep go over and shrink down to the size of his normal self. Well, the normal self before the food binge, and basically hugs him around his neck. No, he's not going for the chokehold, I'm afraid. Immediately you feel a sensation of
Do it.
healing being
Do it.
drawn into this person. Morthos, you can tell that something definitely is happening, but not enough to completely heal him. You then imbue your own magical properties into the, not ritual magic, but the strange lay on hands variant. Zen in turn also does the same thing. With the magic imbued and the magic spell being released from your own items, I will now roll 3d20. The big number doesn't count, just the smaller ones. You can tell after Peep injected himself into the mainframe of said body. I don't know why I'm talking in these terms. I just am. The magical properties of Peep, or the Peep magic variant, begins to change his body for the better. More than you can tell that something is definitely acting and reacting. Unlike with Ray's magic, which you did not see, but I'm just going to describe it this way anyways, the magic seems to be holding a lot stronger than normal. Or at least his healing seems to be sticking rather than decaying away so abruptly. Zen then begins to heal him, and so do you in turn. The spell then begins to rapidly increase, but something rebuffs in. As soon as your magic gets drawn in, it begins to deteriorate slower, but still deteriorate away. After a while, some healing and some skin color begins to return back to his flesh. And, well, you can't see the bone, so I'm not even sure why I'm about to describe that. Flesh and tone. I'm just going to say it this way. But the healing then begins to be eaten away until Peep's hold on the disease stops, and then your magic just cuts away into nothing. And it sticks around.
I mean, we did see some... How would someone do that?
A wish spell?
Yeah, I don't have access to anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it would.
Right? But no, we did see some changes in him.
Definitely some changes. Whatever Peep did, it held things together long enough that your magic could have maybe done something. But the rebuffing of whatever disease this is slowly but still ate away at your magic until Peep's reserves of healing shut down, and then your magic got swallowed up in turn.
Okay.
It seems whoever did this clearly knew that magic might be able to heal someone and added something to take care of that problem. They did not know about Peep, but unfortunately, things did not go your way this time.
Well, yeah, you rolled, so
Yeah.
nothing ever goes our way if you have to roll for it.
That's a flippin' lie. How many saves have I failed?
Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when we're RP-wise.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm afraid the king is still down. And his shitty son is still the ruler.
I will tuck Peep into the pocket since he'll need to rest before he can do that again.
Yeah, he's about the size of a ball now.
Well, at least we know Peep's abilities and break through some of this.
Oh, that reminds me, I should clarify that. They may or may not know about Peep. They just may or may not have known that you have them.
It's Foster.
No, and maybe. I just didn't want to, steer you in a different direction than what you're clearly going towards. But that's neither here nor there. Hugh, what are you doing?
Going to smother the king.
So while Q's trying to decide that, I'm gonna cast Sending and try to send the message to Mistra, the goddess of magic.
That's gonna be a weird sending, but there's nothing against the rules. Yeah, okay.
And that's the message I want to send her.
The message that gets replied back does state this information, although it's not going to be categorized in the amount of space that she has, because obviously she would have phrased it better, but I am not, as you well know, a good phraser, especially such a short quantity. So, she tells you, there is a disease in another land, another world that has been plagued heavily. This disease would be able to nullify magic and eat it away. There are also other creatures that can do this. If someone was to have this knowledge, or someone would understand this way of thinking, one could reproduce a type of bioorganism and infuse it within oneself, or within another, to get rid of any potential magic healing. Also, why are you calling me?
Okay, I'll take a moment to formulate a reply to send with another spell.
Okay. Also, I am not breaking RP. You specifically know in game that there's other worlds.
I didn't say anything about that. I said because. Never mind. Just keep going.
Okay.
Quit being a bitch.
Jesus.
I want more turkey. Sorry, we had Friendsgiving today. We had delicious food.
It's fine. I too get mad when my delicious food gets eaten. Especially not by me.
Well.
When you yawned and said, well, I was just thinking that you're just drawing out your blade. Oh, well, looks like we're gonna have to kill him.
No, I still haven't even tried my option.
I mean, reincarnation is an option.
Exactly.
Not a good option, but
Especially.
I mean, I don't have to do reincarnation.
He did specify reincarnation.
I can't do reincarnation.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was saying to find someone else that could help him.
But yeah.
They gave you two different options. One was to kill him, stabilize the body long enough that a long rest would have passed, and likely the bacterium, virus, or whatever is in him would have died out, and then bring him back.
And I could do that with Race Dead.
Tasmar would not like that. But
I don't fucking
you're
care what Tasmar wants right now.
sure. You could also think that as character/player. Also, like, you'd be smart enough that your god would have likely assumed gentle repose.
How about asking the king what he wants? If he'd be okay with that.
You're still connected, and he can send out signals. You just don't know
I
if you'll.
don't have gentle repose.
Yeah. You can also just raise undead, keep them undead for a while, and then bring them back.
Is gentle repose a first level or a cantrip?
It's not that high a level, but I am blanking on the level specifics.
I think it's second level. So, Raise Dead, it says the spell can't return an undead creature to life.
Oh. Well,
Quick question.
it can keep its body maintained, at least for that point in time. So you can't bring him back to life, but you'll have the body there. Yes, Marthos.
My healing soul gem, can it store a soul?
Yes. That's kind of its main purpose.
Well, I'm just curious because if that could be our option to use that
Very true.
to store his soul till the disease is neutralized out of his system.
Mm-hmm.
And basically use gentle repose on the body to keep it from decaying, except for
Yeah. Also, Gentle Repose is a second level ritual spell.
Yeah, I found it. We could do that if my thing doesn't work. Or we can just straight up, yeah.
Okay. Within your mind, Ray, you then hear, if it is to help within magic's own design, I see no problem with your rudeness. But I would suggest finding the culprit and having them explain it, or you may make things worse. And then that's it. So basically, as long as you're progressing magic, they are fine with a little rudeness. As long as you're progressing magic. They won't be okay with you just saying, "So how you doing?"
Alright. I'm going to grab my holy symbol and basically ask him to cleanse Norman of the disease and make him healthy and whole again.
Roll 1d100. I'm assuming you're casting that spell and get below your level.
Nope.
If only you were 35. Huh.
If he was that high a level, then Foster and Donovan would both be dead right now.
Yeah? I would have already used Divine Intervention to smite him.
Yeah, that's
Smite
true.
him. Kill him. Dead. Dead. This person dead.
It's not
Also
that
true.
person dead.
It's not that close, but it's also not that far away. So your god then does state. You've already called them before, so I'm not going to make you roll for contact. You have the means and the people that guide you. You also have the way. You also have the antidote lying beside you. But not within the same room, of course. And then fade into nothingness once more.
Alright. You watch as Q cracks her knuckles. Let's go beat it. Let's go kill a man.
Kind of darts his eyes between Q and Tasmir and kind of waiting to see how Tasmir takes that.
Any reason why?
Oh, I'm not talking about your father. I'm talking about Foster.
I would still like an explanation.
The less you know, the better.
The less I know, the less I can protect you from.
What's the harm
if
in telling him, Q?
I kind of pieced it together, and I'm sure my friends here has pieced it together, but he is.
If you were still talking, it cut out after he
hello?
is.
Yeah, you cut out after he is.
I said, basically, most of us here probably have pieced it together, but he is most likely the one who did this to your father.
You can tell he does grip his sword, but he then calms his grip down, and then states, if this is true, and if this is the case, try to convince with words rather than a blade first.
Oh, he's already threatened me tonight. It's not gonna go the way that I would like to go that way, but he's already openly threatened me.
Then
If
keep
I'm not
this.
mistaken, that is rights enough within noble courts to challenge duels.
He looks towards you, Zold. Surprised you know courtship? And then states, this is in fact true. I do advise going one-on-one. He does have his own way of... Let's just say when he first met my father, he had some gadgets to help improve his own fighting style, and some enhancements he has. If you are going to go one-on-one, I do advise extreme caution. If you decide to go team versus team, if he has anyone with him, I would still advise caution, but that might be more beneficial to you.
Oh, he's already told me he's leaving the castle with us when we leave tonight.
I can probably stall my brother from coming to the king tonight, but likely no longer.
We're going... Do you think...
If you do intend to kill him, make sure you find the antidote if he is the one that prepared this thing.
We're gonna also put in a contingency plan. I'd be stupid to try and go to Foster to do all this and come out on the not have what we need.
Do also keep in mind that make this a actual duel rather than a scrap. A scrap can still lead you to trouble. A true duel will have some nobles looking the other way. Most nobles, really.
Well, I know one noble we won't have a problem out of.
He nods, thinking it's himself, but clearly it's not in your mind.
Quite a few of them seemed rather upset at Donovan's declaration and his threat.
That is, in fact, true.
Do we know what y'all, does Q and everybody else know what y'all were talking about wanting to do with the soul gem and stuff like that, and the gentle repose? Were we talking in character about that?
You know the Gentoro Post thing? Morthos, I think, was just had the thought and told me if this could be possible, and I said yes, but never mentioned it to the team, from what I remember.
I don't even know if he even mentioned about the soul gem.
I mean, we know you have a gem that you store magic in.
That's true, you just don't know the complete properties of it.
They know about the spell storing crystal. They don't know about the soul
that's
gem.
a different thing,
There
right?
I have 3 separate crystals in my bag.
Yes.
I remember now, yeah. Well, do you guys know of any ways we can put a contingency plan up if things don't go well with Foster?
I have one idea, but it's not pretty.
What?
Yours tend not to be pretty,
True.
unless you're a pyromaniac.
He is that.
There are things worse than death.
You've got my attention?
I don't care to elaborate. It would be unbecoming of me. But given time, I've no doubt that I can secure whatever information Foster has regarding a potential cure.
Okay. So no need for a contingency plan?
So long as we're not worried about the time.
Are we?
Tasmar does state, you have the night, but no, more than likely no longer. Cerulean then states, I suppose a night would do. I'm sure Zold and I can come up with something, so long as we have a room and a chair.
Okay then.
Are we bad people?
We're likely bad people, yes. But that
So be.
doesn't mean we can't help people. Tasmar's completely confused, but doesn't say a word.
Like, just tell him to don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna worry about it, but if you can actually do something about this, I will look the other way for tonight.
So, just to kind of clear the air with Tasmar, Zold, Cerulean, does this involve any type of explosives?
It can.
Potentially.
Oh, my
The option's
God.
always present.
God damn it, Zold, are you gonna try? Oh my god, this is the Kraken all over again.
I don't think I'd be able to fit inside of him.
But I'm not talking about that part.
It worked last time.
Yeah, true. What's Tasmar's reaction to me saying Kraken?
Confused? Like, even through the armor, you can clearly tell he's confused.
So, if you guys look in Discord, I screenshotted something from my chat. As soon as the Kraken was mentioned, that came up. So we all have to thank Numic for that one.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I guess, we have an appointment.
Zen then states, well, we don't want to keep them waiting for long.
Actually, if you could keep them waiting for about another hour,
Right?
I have some things I must prepare.
Now, I kind of look over at Tasmar. There is still option 2.
I'd rather not have my father die.
Got it.
We'll call it the
We'll call that-
last option.
Yeah, we'll call that the last option.
We'll keep it on the back burner.
If by some means you manage to coup my brother, make sure that my second brother actually manages to decide to be a good ruler and rule. Then I may be willing to have my father murdered in front of my eyes and then resurrected and or changed completely.
Wait. Who said you were gonna be president? I wouldn't wish that on any child.
I am not exactly going to stand to the side while you take a dagger or a fireball straight towards his face.
I wouldn't do that.
Or his chest.
I would. I would.
I would just
I
touch
would
him on
do
his
it.
forehead. I would just.
You can clearly tell while he has been like kind, he's not about to just let you kill his father without, in case you're decide to not do this, or I don't know, if something goes screwy and you screw up.
The only person around that knows Q's choices is Helm, and he won't say a thing. Q's more than willing to be done with it.
Yeah, and by the way, you guys have been speaking, he's not exactly about to leave you alone in the room with the king.
Hey, he's about to lose everything. At some point, he needs to learn to give a little.
Yeah, which is why he's willing to overlook tonight.
Anyway, if we want to have a better chance of dealing with the issue, I need to get going. I need to procure some supplies. I'll be at the house.
I will. You need. Hold on. Tasmir.
Yes.
They need to be led out of the castle without Foster knowing.
You can go around the
have
back,
left.
but I suppose it should be fine. He then grabs like the cobwebs and some of the dirt that's in the corner. I don't know why they don't clean the corners. And then kind of like smears it on Zold's face. And then it comes over here and smears it on Cerylion's face. Alright, now you look like workers. You should be fine.
I'm wearing Oh, okay.
Are you? God damn it. We will stay here, Tasmir, until they're ready. They will let us know when they're prepared.
Alright.
Take Foster with us.
Don't know how many guests are still at the dance hall, but
Oh, I'm not going back to the down there until we're ready, because he's down there, and I'm not going to give him any ground.
fair enough. Zold and Cerulean head out. Do you just eat an
Tasmar.
hour?
I want to try to requisition use of a forge or something and try and fix this shotgun.
Yeah. go ahead and roll for me a persuasion. Twice.
Can I just use money? Can I just give them money?
It'd have to be a lot. Like, no joke. 'Cause it's the middle of the night. You'd basically be interrupting their own work. Yes, you can just use money.
How's 300 gold sound?
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, 300 gold works fine. Q, you were talking to Tasmar.
I'm going to pull him off to the side. So where only him and me he can only hit that English. Only he can hear me.
Okay, I should remind you that everyone's currently mind linked.
I'm going to cancel it.
You can just whisper, it's fine.
Alright, oh, does that mean that, oh, I can make it to where only he can hear me?
You mean whispering?
No, the mind link.
Ray, how's your spell work?
So Foster would have had to been one of the targets as well.
We're not talking about Foster. Tasmir was a
Oh,
target.
sorry.
Yeah, as long as you don't, direct your thoughts towards anyone else, it could just be between you two.
Okay, well then I'll just stay where I'm at and let him stay where he direct the thoughts. As of right now, you still have some sway, correct?
I do have leeway, yes.
Are you able to bond people in marriage?
I've never done it before, and I do need the blessing of clergy to do it, but in theory... In theory, yes.
Could you, if possible, do that here in a few minutes?
Not in a few minutes, I'm afraid. If you give me like an hour? No, I suppose not. I don't have the sending spell. Is there someone in your party that can provide me the spell?
I didn't hear. I didn't hear what you said. What spell were you saying?
Oh, he said, is there anyone in your team that can provide me the sending spell?
Ray. Blue.
Yes, I still have one use of it.
He directs his thoughts towards Ray and then states, Miss... oh, wait, I forgot if you changed yourself. No, wait, I'm just going to use the token image because that's not technically you. Miss Ray. He then directs his message towards you. Do you mind if I use one of your castings of sending?
Not at all.
All right. It will have to be private, I'm afraid, so do you mind holding my hand?
Ray holds out her hand.
He comes over and holds your hand. It's weird. You can tell that the armor itself does have the whole weird shebang enchantment things. But as he places his own hand against yours, do you cast sending?
Oh.
He
What
does.
else do I need to do?
He then states, "Just cast your spell, and I will be able to direct it."
Very well. And I'll cast it for him.
As you casted your spell, much like the way Norman's body react with your magic. Tasmar's body reacts with your magic as it's kind of drawing it towards him. He's not taking it away, rather than he's manipulated it within his own body and mind. While you yourself are casting the spell, he himself is directing it and changing it, giving out a message out in turn, and then receiving one roughly a minute later. So he's kind of holding your hand for that minute. After the message gets sent back to him, he then nods. You're not sure who he's nodding to. Could be you, or could just mean that he finished the message receiving. And then releases your hand. Thank you.
Of course.
He then walks back. Not looking in any real direction, because he technically doesn't have to. I have received the blessing, yes. It's a little sudden, but I don't know who. Like, I'll be ready. That much is sure. I just don't know how well things will go.
I'm gonna take Zen outside of the room.
Okay.
Hold on. Well, a lot's about to go down.
Yeah, I mean, he's not exactly a good guy, but according to Tasmar, he might have a few tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah. Which, brings me to why I brought you out here. I remember what you said to, his name?
Which one specifically?
The Fey ruler that we've got bent over the knee.
Istora. Again,
Istora.
you guys kind of got... you pissed off a lot of people, so you need to be more specific.
I remember what you said under your breath when you were talking.
I mean, it was the heat of the moment. I don't know how you feel, so don't take... You can tell she's currently being flustered, but you can also tell it's
Marry
genuine.
me right now.
Roll persuasion -2, because that is super blunt. I'm not going to give you disadvantage, but I'm definitely going to give you a handicap.
Okay, I wasn't finished speaking, but
Continue
okay.
on, but right now you still have a -2.
That's fine, and I'll have the ice rose with a little brass ring in it. And you said persuasion. Where is that at?
The rose and the ring are kind of cute, so I'll diminish it to -1.
Did I have advantage?
Do you want to continue this sentence?
Sorry, my headset cut out. Did you say something? I saw you light up.
Do you want to continue the sentence? Like, are you trying to tell her more other than just right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
It all depends on what you say now, whether or not you'll have advantage.
Okay. I know it is do this. but I don't know what is in store for us in the future. Tonight, tomorrow, I don't want to continue without you by my side. And I know we're a group, but it's different. Doing this, what we do for the rest of my life. And I want you to be there when all's said and done.
Things pause. The moment in time that you keep in place, the ice magic that you wield, it burns in the room and in the hallway. While no one is around, you do feel a sensation of an ice cold chill down your spine.
Hold on, time out. My internet went out after you said, after I finished and you started to speak, my internet went out for a second.
Okay, things pause. You feel the room go in an icy calm sensation. While no eyes are around you, you do feel a slow tingling sensation down your spine. You're not sure what it is, but you can definitely tell that it's not magical. It might be a sensation, an emotion, something you generally don't receive, or rather don't get that often. Nervousness. The answer to your question, events that take place. The movements, the flows, and the response are all things that your body is slowly, but heavily drawing upon your own mind. You do see that she picks the rose from your hands. She then looks at the ring inside. Looking at you, looking at that, and waiting for a response, she does, with no words, no questions, no answers, no concern. You look into each other's eyes, and then she states something. But in a brief moment, that question or the answer... sorry, caught me off guard.
God damn it, fucker.
That question and that answer come in a brief moment. In the moment in time that happens now, you're not exactly sure what the words she then spoke. But after the kiss in time, and for who knows how long that kiss happened, one thing to you becomes clear. The words she spoke before she drew you in, grabbed the hem of your clothes, and drew you down. Because you are technically taller than her.
I am taller than her.
She comes in with enough force to even rival Morthos, drawing you in for a kiss. And then after the kiss is done, you remember the words she spoke. What took you so long? As we end the session for today.